is starting to give us some reason to be proud again. I mean, we're always proud, we always stand by them, but it has been particularly challenging for some time. It was heartwarming to see the knock by Greaves, yes, Greaves, and of course Shea Hope put in his part. And then some resilience as well from Kimaro, who I think, well, I don't even have to think about it. I show his best batting score because, you know, he has had not much success with the bat, obviously tremendous with the ball. We are proud West Indians. We think cricket, obviously, when we think about the West Indies. We think Caribbean culture as well. We think sand and sea. We think warmth, right? Love, the warmth and love of our people. We think easygoing. And these are magnificent hallmarks. They are magnificent features of what being West Indian is. Blessed morning to everyone. We give thanks and praise to the Almighty Creator for life. We give Him thanks for another day. Special good morning to those in Tobago listening. They are in the process of this electoral process for the Tobago House of Assembly. How I wish sometimes that a strong regional framework was in place also in Trinidad, one that met the needs of each body, sometimes in the devolution of responsibility, not just power, but the decentralization of that responsibility and resource. You get better, you get increased service. It is an interesting concept that has been spoken about before, you know, the strengthening of local government. But of course, many a time, those who hold central government, you know, try to retain the resources and the power, which are derived and are closely associated with the resources. Which way works better in terms of delivery to the people is the issue. At the end of the day, whatever system is established or being used has to work for the people. You want the best value for the people. It cannot be that you promise, you know how elections go. Really great promises, sometimes encapsulated in song, supported by presentations and sometimes fireworks. I didn't have too much. I wonder if they remembered putting in that clause for fireworks around election time. But I remember even fireworks on the last day? Probably. It is something that we utilize as well. But all of these promises come to us, and then when the responsibility is vested, it becomes difficult and even more challenging to deliver. Right? But you must, there's a little area, gray area there where people might be forgiving if they really believe you are doing your utmost best. If you are consulting and communicating in a positive, proper manner. If they perceive you through your actions and your words as being representative of the majority, yes, there is never going to be total consensus on all of the issues that have to be deliberated and enforced by government. There's never going to be total satisfaction because not everybody can get what they want at the same time. That's just the reality of the economics and what exists in Trinidad and Tobago. But if you are perceived as being fair, as attempting to be as fair as possible, if you deal with the population with a level of respect, then people are forgiving. The little area in between where you cannot reach them is understood. And of course, all of us face that in our own lives, in the administration of our home and our personal affairs, because we are called on to deliver. And those we lead and we represent, our children, whoever, in our personal capacity, sometimes we have to explain to them, oh boy, we could do this or we can't do that. And this is what exists, and we are transparent as much as possible to our young ones, to our loved ones around. And our communication is not high-handed or from a place above where don't question or don't this. That breeds, if we implement that type of responsibility and respect, then that breeds a positive relationship. So in the Tobago context, of course, this is what the electorate there would be looking at. They would be looking at an administration, a THA administration that had a solid term. They would be considering the strengths, the weaknesses. They would be considering what has been delivered and also what has not been delivered. They would be looking at the ability and capacity in the past few years, given the relationship between THA and central government. They would be, some people, most people would be considerate and giving to the understanding that central government was extremely harsh towards THA, towards the House of Assembly. And they would look forward, in my opinion, they would look forward to a period where a different relationship exists between central government and THA. And they would look forward to what can be achieved through a strong relationship and partnership. I think Tobagonian people are intelligent. I think Trinbagonian people in general are intelligent enough. We just need to listen to all sides, to pay attention to the actions as well, and work on what will work for us. And of course, in the words of Tobagonians, when I spent some time gathering their views before the last THA elections, lending my support to some young, positive politicians. Good morning, Joel Sampson, right? Tobagonians said, listen, we are not so minded to stick in one place or the next. Where we think things will work out best for us, that is where we will put our support. And it's a mature way of thinking. I'm sure that maybe in some of the areas there may be a fanatic or two, But for the most part, you found that type of thinking. You found that people wanted their representatives to meet the challenges that their island faces, that they wanted people to be real with them. They wanted people to be communicative and caring, and they overwhelmingly gave support towards that. I feel strongly that may be the case again. I think some of the signs are already there. And indeed, one of those signs was the fact that the former would have arranged a conversation in Mason Hall, and he had to cancel for technical difficulties with the venue. I don't want to speculate too much, but people have been speculating as to what that meant. Some people have come up with the conclusion that internally, because of the issues that they have, he was told to stand down. Some people have come up with the conclusion that there was not positive feedback and communication going to take place, and it would have damaged the campaign of those in Tobago. Some people have the view that the former has a very, very challenging time with the wider population in terms of his credibility and his likability. And I could see where those thoughts and those conclusions are coming from. So there must be a renewal. Imagine I giving advice. There must be a renewal. There must be a warmer, better, more caring, more empathetic type of communication with the public. There must be realness. There must be an admission of the capabilities and the successes and the failures that you have while you attempt to deliver to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Just be real. And I have found that it works for me, I think. I don't know if behind my back after saying, all right, I could understand that. All right, well, yeah, no problem. Maybe they cuss me and say, boy, I don't know. But in trying to meet the needs and the desires of individuals who look up to you for leadership, for assistance, for whatever else, you need to just be real, and you need to communicate as well. It works to your best interest. You need to harness the desires of the people as best as possible. This form of representative politics, sometimes when people take office, they do not harness the opinions of the population enough. And I've thought about it consistently because of the path that I walk. And I've thought about ways in which, when major decisions need to be made for the entire population, we can educate on the topic, we can have discussions on the topic, and then we can also, from that, have informed opinion expressed. We can harness the views, the desire of the population. I have thought about online polls that can assist in that manner. Obviously, they have to be carefully monitored so that they are real and they're not tampered with. I've thought about affording the population the opportunity to vote on major issues, after the information program, putting that as an option. Maybe not through the process of a ballot, because it's not as important, it's not as onerous as an election process, but maybe through some voting machine or something that is sophisticated and gives us the ability to allow individuals to give their desired answer to questions in an easy format, in a quick format, because that would really grant the people of Trinidad a stronger level of democratic governance. It would give the people of Trinidad a stronger feel that their will is actually what is being carried out, and it is not 41 or how much ever, or one strong or dictatorial prime minister deciding for everyone else. The feeling is also very, very important. Even if a decision is made and it is not a successful one, if you are part of that decision-making process, then you are much more willing to stand the consequences and then say, okay, we tried this with good intention, it didn't work, and now we go a different way. It is not very often that government and opposition agree. We saw that take place recently in Parliament. It was heartening to see that in the bill passed, which deals with a number of issues, but in particular fireworks and restrictions on when it should be used and enjoyed, and obviously the detriment that it causes be limited, was supported by both sides. And that is positive. It shows a level of maturity, and I'm sure that the people of Trinidad and Tobago were happy to see that. We need that collective working together. We also need the population to be consulted as much as possible and informed as much as possible in the determination of our issues. We take the break, and when we come back, we'll open the lines, we'll go through the news, and continue to inform the population as well. Blessings to everyone. We'll be right back.
Because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood toucheth blood. Remember, every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. for the program God's Last Warning Message with Gospel in the Bones Ministry, right here on the street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
Are you searching for answers to life's questions? Those things that disturb and concern you the most? Why all the wickedness? Why the suffering in the world? Will it end? Who is responsible? Well, if so, join us right here on The Street 91.9 FM every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m. with Brother Samuel Gooding and Roland White, where we open the Bible and find answers to all these things and more. For it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God.
Playway Parang Payday is the order to win more money for your dollar.
The Playway Parang Payday draw is the way to win more money for Christmas. If a white ball calls, it's removed from the machine, and when the Parang ball calls, you win 28 to 1 on the base, plus bigger mega mix payouts. Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
Bigger payouts with Playway.
It's not just a loan, it's an all-access pass to wallet season. Yeah, yeah, your season is secured with decent credit union. Yeah, yeah.
A Trini Christmas is the best when Lion Brand in the mix. Lion Brand's self-rising flour or baking powder brings convenience to the kitchen, so the work to make the food is easier and quicker. And for Trinbagonians, that makes the mix merrier, because we get more time to line while we putting away the place or painting the steps. With Lion Brand mixes, your black cake, banana bread, and sweet bread eaten just like Grand Yun. So grab your Lion Brand this Christmas, because our mixes make it merry. Lion Brand, the power behind our great taste traditions.
Boy! Hear the thing, Scarborough Mount Grace.
Scarborough, Mount Grace. Join the TPP family on Wednesday, 10th December, 6 p.m. at Ramabar Harmony Hall Junction. Come hear your area representative, Trevor James, a tireless community advocate and innovative leader. Joining him, the Honorable Chief Secretary, Fali Chavez Augustine. Come hear the voices shaping Tobago's future. Wednesday, 10th December, 6 p.m. at Ramabar Harmony Hall Junction. Tobago People's Party, anchored in truth, rising with you.
Trevor time, yes it's a Trevor time. A man will be long plan him always forward in time. Call the all boss man for the people him shine. Trevor James this time him got to cross the finish line.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
TPP! Straight victory! Better stop!
Bethesda, Leketo. The TPP family will be at Golden Lane Junction, Saturday, 13 December at 6 p.m. Come hear your candidate, Sarisha Hackett. She is firm, she is fearless, and fueled by passion for people. Alongside her, the political leader of the Tobago People's Party and the Honorable Chief Secretary, Mr. Fali Chavez Augustine. United we stand. Saturday, 13 December, 6 p.m. at Golden Lane Junction. The anchor holds. Tobago People's Party, anchored in truth, rising with you.
Who you want, Zia? Who we need? Zia. No counterfeit, we need a real view. Tell the opposition one Zia, never two. Boom, boom, boom. One Zia, never two. Boom, boom, boom.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday
from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning on the Street 919 FM.
Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
The Embassy Yacht is back and ready to transform your events into unforgettable experiences. Launch from King's Wharf, San Fernando, the perfect starting point for an epic experience of luxury, music, and celebration on the open water. By booking our vessel, your event will include a house DJ, state-of-the-art sound system, fully stocked bar, dedicated cleaning crew, top-notch security. This isn't just a venue, it's a floating masterpiece designed to make your event the talk of the town. Imagine your guests dancing under the stars, drinks in hand, with breathtaking views of the coastline as your backdrop. From birthdays to corporate events to exclusive parties, the Embassy Yacht offers promoters a unique platform to create unforgettable memories and boost your brand's reputation. Call or WhatsApp 399-5959 or email embassycruises@gmail.com.
The world #1 Calypso dance Kaiser Showcase presents Rhythm of the Sea, where the rhythm meets the wave on board the Embassy Yacht on Friday, 30th January 2026. Boarding at King's Wharf, San Fernando from 7 p.m. and sailing at 8 p.m. sharp. Featuring the ladies DJ, Dr. Ross and Sugar Ray. Early bird tickets $200. General admission $250. Tickets available at Roast and Toast Restaurant, Bar and Grill. Number 86 Superior Street, San Fernando. Attendees by the park, Tuku South Central Zone Office, mezzanine floor, Skinner Park, San Fernando. And from Tuco South executive members. For more information, call 653-5732. Don't miss out on the first ever Calypso tent on the high seas. Everybody, it's a Kaiso Showcase, Rhythm of the Sea.
Everybody dreaming of that next winning step. From running a food truck, serving meals on the go, to a whole food chain where your brand start to grow. From staycation, long weekend, same beach, same view, to global destination, first class, brand new. A personal trainer, counting reps on the floor, to be at Jimona, your name on the door. From giving a little heart in the right spot, to donating hundreds to help a whole lot. When you play Lotto Plus, your dreams expanding. Take it to the next level when you start playing. Remember, winners always play Lotto Plus.
Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
And we are back. Calling all business professionals. Calling the self-employed. Mount Pleasant Credit Union, Tobago's Choice, is here to help you expand your empire. It's our 75th anniversary and we're introducing the Build It loan. Get financing up to a maximum of $2,500,000. Use it for construction or the purchase of any income generating property. We offer a very competitive interest rate and more time to pay. Build your future today. Apply today. Call 639-8375 or visit mpcutobago.com. Mount Pleasant Credit Union, building wealth, building futures, building you. Connect your home this season with the Flow Link Up or Link Up Plus plan and get free installation. Or go big with the Link Up More plan and take home a $500 grocery voucher. Offer ends December 31st. Sign up at the Flow Milford Bay Plaza store today. Terms and conditions apply. Don't miss our Santa's Super Savings Sale event at Courts. For just 3 days only. Get up to 40% off select TVs like the TCL 55-inch 4K UHD LED Google Smart TV, now $2,699, or enjoy 20% off the LG 65-inch 4K UHD LED Smart TV, only $5,199. Get 30% off credit or 15% off cash on major appliances and all furniture purchases. Buy one, get one 50% off Master Tech small appliances, curtains, bed sheets, and comforter sets. Also enjoy 30% off housewares and decorative accessories. Plus, Get more with free delivery on credit purchases $4,999 and over, only at Courts, bringing value home. Of course, terms and conditions apply. I didn't know TVs have so many accolades to them, so many degrees. What? LED, UHD, 4K, smart TV. I don't know. Well, I guess the old TVs stupid now. The new ones are smart. Such is the advancement of technology. But while technology advances, we need to advance ourselves in terms of our moral and spiritual well-being. It cannot be that we increase in technological capacity and technological achievement, but our souls and our substance and who we are, degrades and decreases, then we would have failed. We would have failed in this existence of human living, of humanity. So let's go into the news, and some of the headlines obviously are testimony to that, are testimony to the failure of humanity and our fellow citizens, our fellow brothers and sisters in humanity as well, who have not been able to overcome the challenges in a positive way and descend into actions that are destructive and obviously for which they will pay. Even if you think you don't pay in this life, we have to meet our Creator who has created us so intelligent and so beautiful in creation as well. So we just go into the news, and of course there are some issues on crime. There's the family, the husband and wife, I believe. Just trying to see if I get it, if it's out of the headlines already, who were kidnapped. And I'm not sure that they have been able to find those two individuals yet. I think Tadia is the name. Very, now I see desperate plea for safe return of Tadia couple. And that's a sad situation that is developing. We pray for their safe return to their loved ones. Additionally as well, I know this stood out to a number of people. It would appear, and we saw this former police officer, Russell Bedesi, who really was struggling after the death of his mother. And even some of his family members would have reported that he was extremely distraught. It was challenging for him. We would have seen as well where he quit. He didn't want to be part of the police service anymore, and he accused the police service of not doing enough to investigate and deal with first the situation where his mother was missing, and then obviously thereafter when she was found dead, hanging. He felt that the situation was not dealt properly, and he was not getting the support that he would have expected, being a police officer as well at that point. And I remember the video, extremely emotional and distressing, concerning. Unfortunately, and I'm sure proper investigations would be done. I say not sure. I hope, forgive me, I hope proper investigations will be done, because you're never 100% sure, and sometimes the easy thing to say is, okay, it looked this way, so this is what it is. But I believe he was found hanging, and obviously he has died. They're saying preliminary investigations indicate that he died by suicide. So it's just a really sad situation there. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Hey, Brother Fuad, morning to you. Blessings. I was holding on a few seconds. I didn't want to interrupt you. But blessings and good morning to you. All the best. And, I was doing some thinking this morning. This morning I kind of woke up a little early because I didn't want to miss today's program, right? But in the context that we are speaking about normally, like, not wanting to use technology irresponsibly and just overall respect for each other as people.
Yeah.
I was thinking, right, before quote-unquote civilization that we have now and everything, you and another person, or me and another person, or each other, we don't have to be the best of friends. We don't even have to be on good terms for both of us to enjoy life on earth. Meaning that we could still go and eat some fruits and vegetables, have a good day, interact with some animals, enjoy the life that, the earth that God would have created, and, find that inner peace and enjoy each other's life now.
Yeah.
But, unfortunately, if you think about it, that might be a foundational concept as to why some people, going back to when you say, like, what you would have worked for, when you're mentioning like land and or anything you're entitled to, we hear the conversations about the public service officers and people in general who either work for something, entitled to something, and there's an unexplainable delay in them getting what they would have earned. So somewhere along the line, from the beginning of time, man probably would have put so much barriers in place to prevent persons from enjoying their own peace and independence for really their own personal problems that they just choose not to work on. So
Yeah.
that's really unfortunate. But I just want to share that because I think that might be true, and we need to continue, as you are saying too, we need to continue speaking the truth, respectfully, humbly. We're not really trying to disrespect anybody, we just want to be able to enjoy our lives, So as I close, I was thinking, we had to continue stand up proudly, humbly for what is the right thing. Because if we don't, we could allow the light inside us to dim, and we might notice now. So just sharing that. Keep up the great work, seasons, greetings, and all the best, man.
Yeah, man. Blessings, my brother. All the best to you as well, and everyone listening. So, resident said Badesi was depressed and would post videos to social media expressing his disappointment in the police service. In an interview with the Express in September, he said that he had observed crucial details at the scene of the death of his mother, which trained investigators failed to notice. Days later, he visited the police station and surrendered his badge and ID, booked me in as a police, and booked me out leaving as a civilian. I don't want no part of this entity again, Badesi is quoted as saying. The Express was told that Badesi was also distressed that he had not seen his daughter in months. Badesi's father died by suicide 10 years ago. Right, that's a interesting detail there. Depression is real. Right? You make me glitch there a little bit, boy. Depression is real. We could have seen that he was facing some serious challenges dealing with what can be overwhelming circumstances. These are not normal circumstances for any human being to go through. I can't even imagine. I can't imagine. You know, and it is accumulated and added as well, right? Because the fact that he had some difficulty with accessing, you know, seeing his daughter would be distressing as a father as well. If he quit the police service, which he did, I don't know where another source of income would have come from for him. That would have been an additional distressing circumstance. We need to help each other as much as possible. And when we see people in need of help, let us not think twice sometimes. Let us extend ourselves as much as possible. I remember getting a call the other night, and it was extremely inconvenient for me to deal with that situation at that hour. However, I thought about it. I thought about the reverse. I thought about and extending myself. Let us try to extend ourselves. It might save a life. Good morning, Prezi. Welcome.
Good morning, Imam Fuad Abubakar.
Morning.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. And good morning, God, omni-existent. Oh God, truth. I get up kind of late because I double sleep. You see these days, going early and getting up early and then dropping back to sleep again. You know what that is like sometimes.
Right.
Yeah,
Double sleep. The first time I hear that, there's a new term. I'm going to put it in the dictionary.
That's good. Guinness Book of Record for that.
Yeah, you're inventing terms there, man.
Yeah, when you drop about, I'm going to sleep early, I drop about after 1 to 2. I turn around, I twist around, I'm going back and sleep 3. The next thing I get up quite minutes to 7. You know what trouble is. Anyway, nice morning. Looking all right so far. I didn't see nothing much. It could have thing any day, but we don't talk it now. The sun looking good for the while. I'll just over the mountain there. Right, okay, right. So all of that nice. But up by my side, I ain't going south or in wherever, but I kind of looking northish. So that's what I seen around on my side. Anyway, well, I ain't out of your voice there that we are probably cockroach. With that time I get up, he was talking about Dr. Rowley. I go still add a little doctor on his name, because he have a career and his career come up to something.
Yeah, man.
But I want to be bold-faced in Trinidad and Tobago today as President Trinidad and Tobago villager, who holding my character in the best that I could have, at least on radio, to make sure. You know, some people figure my character good or not, but I'm doing the best to be President Trinidad and Tobago villagers. That is a portfolio of holding. And I feel that the Dr. Rowley should have hold his character and his portfolio to the extent that whatever we do with the PNM right now, it should look better for him at the ending of the PNM cycle of 10 years. Right. We gave him plenty, you know, we gave him a whole 10 years to really do a thing in the white man government. And that's my problem. They say he was the blackest man or the blackest prime minister that we have had. He should have shown that. He didn't, you know. Yeah, he showed me something coming down the line, but they really say you could do plenty good. But if you do one bad, but if one bad, if that one bad real bad, it's real bad. So it is bound to show up the plenty good. But he can stay out of politics for my part. Let me start to get serious here. He could start here right now. All the rest of Prime Minister dead. Well, he ain't dead yet, but he dead. The politics is me is concerned. He ain't supposed to walk back in nowhere coming along. He tell me he didn't like, he's not in love with office. He's not in love with all of that kind of thing. Not in love with barristery on the end of it and break the constitutional order. And do something that we dismiss the whole PNM because I eat. How much time I go tell you later? PNM got dismissed because of penny declares and all of them. He dismissed the PNM. Whether they like it and I still feel I am a PNM or I'm not a PNM. Yeah, I used to vote PNM. Plenty of us we used to vote PNM. Plenty of us didn't vote or didn't want to vote because I eat. Whether it's Colin Imbert or whether it's Hines or whether all of them. Look at all of them walk out all before just jump out there. All of them cross from being in the office even before we put out PNM. You understand what we're doing? He never is not to be called again in this political life where I am concerned. So what Tobago doing? If by chance they doing what they're doing, it's good. He got me some money there. I wish I could have repeated it. I tell all there's some sales in the election time coming down. I say I wish I could have repeated it. If Sister Camilla Prime Minister, wherever it sounds with you see, I tell all you already, we want to take that. We want to concern ourselves of living with that. And taking them out of the existence of whatever good he do, he should do good. Because look at what happened on the end. And we did what happened at the end. We then vexed it. We did it. Let me take what we got and push up Miss Camilla to do what we want done in Trinidad and Tobago. Else, I say else, she could do the same thing like he mentioned. Go. He has to go and let him go and don't talk about him too much. He's more dead right now than all the PNM Prime Ministers and he's still living. That's to show you how dead he is. Where I am concerned. Everybody thank you for that. I don't know. Let me go forward with the country.
Yeah, I hear that, man.
No grateful thing to hold up with nothing with he. And I don't care what nobody says. He ain't showing nothing grateful. Every passion, COVID, whatever it is. All the little good he do bad on the end of the whole story. And that is the end of that. Come out of politics, mister. That's what you wanted to do. Just keep walking. You don't get all of the money and we go on slow. I don't even want to call your young name. But you know what we're talking about. You is the one that go. Thank you, Imam, for thank you, Trinidad, to the very vexed on that conversation this morning. Listen, that's what Papa go tell me to say, and that's what I say. Go, mister. You wanted to go all the time, watch and tell me, but you ain't loving about. Well, if you're not in love with her, come out of the office. Come out of there. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Prezi. Good morning, brother. Welcome.
Good morning, my brother. Who are you this morning?
Hi there, man. Not too bad.
Nice, man. Mr. President, you agreeing with you 100. I just want you to know.
And I know what I say. I agree with him 100. When it comes to Dr. Rowley, better he stay out. I think they advised him as such because I think he will do more harm than good. People trying to get away from certain stains that have pushed a large portion of the population to dismiss that entity. Even the loyal diehards, brother, they found it hard to still support given some of those actions and the attitude that precedes it. And not now, not just now, I don't even know how the OB, or whatever you want to call it, so strong that after he did what he did to Manning and they still stomach to put a man, and then still 5 COVID 10, well, 9.5.
So what's not? This man didn't do good at all. He don't do no.
I guess.
Mr. President made the point that you could do 90 something good, but you do one bad, and the one bad overshadow the whole 99 that you did. I think this case will fall in Dr. Lila.
I will be fair with you, right?
The man ain't doing nothing.
It's certainly not 99%, and what is even more glaring is you see the underlying attitude and demeanor. It is not one that is personable and warm, empathetic, and loving. His description given from prime ministers before, prime minister before, falls right in line with his conduct, and I think that has overshadowed whatever little positive as well. We just have the parang break. Call back right after now. Sorry about that.
All right, okay.
Yeah, man, blessings.
Mrs. Claus, send a WhatsApp. The elves are hungry. Pick up a Royal Castle Queen bucket, a King bucket, some royal wings, a family meal, a few combos, some extra delicious coleslaw, crinkle cut fries, potato salad, and a snack box for yourself. Oh, and don't forget that delicious honey mustard sauce. It's really lashing. Okay, Rudolph, let's get that delicious local Trinity flavor. Royal Castle, here we come. Royal Castle is the local something that makes it all taste better. Happy holidays from Royal Castle.
Hey, Papa Son. Hey, Papa Son. I am in Nico talking to himself. He said for the Christmas he trying something else. He ain't had no money to buy no ham. So today before Christmas he going and dig some yam. He going by Mr. Chin. Trust of smoking. Christmas morning boy is yama smoking. Yama smoking. Yama smoking. Hard times hitting boy is yama smoking. Yama smoking. Yama smoking. Hard times hitting boy is yama smoking. Hey, Papa Son. Hey, Papa Son. La 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 la. Hey, Papa Son. Hey, Papa Son. La 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 la. I done by me Maggie, punching rum. That will take shame off my eyes. But when them fellas come, if they feel it's ham and turkey that they get in, they better break this up for some yam and smoking. It's yam and smoking. Yam and smoking. Christmas morning, but it's yam and smoking. Yam and smoking. Yam and smoking. Hard times hitting, but it's yam and smoking. Hey, Papa Son. Hey, Papa Son. La 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 la. Hey, Papa Son. Hey, Papa Son. La 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 la. Well, I'm waiting for my neighbor to start the Friday ham. They go laugh at me with the smoke herring and yam. I open in my window and put in mine to roast. Then they go know who pot the smell the most. He say yam and smoke herring. Yam and smoke herring. Christmas morning, boy, is yam and smoke herring. Yam and smoke herring. Yam and smoke herring. Hard times hitting, boy, is yam and smoke herring. Hey, Papa Son. Hey, Papa Son. La 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 la. Hey, Papa Son.
coming, and we're heading back to TNT for that famous Royal Castle chicken. We just love the Royal Castle family meal with those 12 pieces of tasty chicken, the 6 yummy sides, and that refreshing 2-liter soft drink. It's just perfect for a nice Christmas lime. So if you're hustling and bustling like me, or if you just want some great tasting food, pick up the Royal Castle family meal. Happy holidays from Royal Castle. Ho, 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 ho.
That was your Parang hit of the day, powered by the unbeatable taste of Royal Castle.
And we are back again. That was a interesting one there. Smoke herring for Christmas, boy. Good morning, brother. Welcome back.
I feel like I try that one, Mr. Ford. That smoke herring and yam songing good with a little cornmeal dumpling.
Right.
Yeah.
I ain't like smoke herring too much. It's a bit strong, you know?
It's strong, eh? It's strong.
Yeah.
When you see somebody put some smoke herring in the microwave, the whole place is smoke herring, you know.
I find it is right my chest a little bit.
Yeah. But Mr. Ford, what I want to talk about this morning, I don't know if you will agree with me.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that last night I heard Mrs. Kamala Pisasa mention that some of the boats that were blown up, had it been that they had a flag on the boat, it probably wouldn't have happened. And I'm trying to make sense of that, because most of the boats that go out, like our fishermen, you don't go out with flags on boat and stuff. And she said that once there is no flag, probably representing a country, so to speak, you are considered a pirate. I don't agree with that, Mr. Ford. So are we saying this morning that these boats that were blown up by America, if they had actually that flag or Venezuelan flag, as the case may be, that it would have been left alone? Because I am
looking at the article.
Yeah. It's as though you're trying to defend the act that America has taken by blowing up the boats. And even this morning, I was with Mr. Griffith, Gary Griffith, talking about it. He said that doesn't make no sense. It's ridiculous.
Right.
So then, if it is a flag on your boat, will guarantee you free passage. Well, then the drug traffickers, all they do is put drugs on the boat and just a flag on the boat, and they're free to go. It don't make sense, Mr. Ford. Right. I think she is trying to defend America here, but it doesn't make no sense at all. No sense whatsoever. Yeah. Have a blessed day, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So sometimes it's hard to try to defend something that may be indefensible as well, and it's better to just leave it for them to deal with their own consequences. American presidents do not face any international court for anything, you know. They could do crime after crime, war crime after war crime. They are not going to be hauled in front of any international court, unlike leaders of other smaller countries. So what they choose to do, they have full immunity to do. They have done many a criminal act and have assisted, aided, all kind of other things, all sorts of other actions for which they have immunity to. So we should try to stay clear, in my opinion, and that's my opinion on the matter. Good morning, welcome.
Yeah, morning. I just want to make a comment on this with respect to this the police officer who reportedly committed suicide, took his life. And I don't know, but in this country, we seem to have abandoned science. And when I talk about science, we talk about research. Mm-hmm. There's no research taking place anywhere. I remember some years ago when this country had what you call intellectual life. You had people coming out of the university who did, in-depth research and whatnot. You had people like Bobo, you had people like this next gentleman who died, who did research on Bartholomew. You had people at the university like a guy called Marshall. You had Professor Keynes and all these people. Other people doing research. You have, if you cannot develop policy, public policy, social policy, without data, it's clear. Otherwise, it's just guesswork. And we have to return to science, research.
Yeah.
If we want to speak about development, and therefore, what I'm saying is that yes, you have social departments and whatnot. We don't have data in terms of, the level, the extent to mental problems and all these different things taking place in society. There's no debate, there's no discussion. Sometimes somebody come out and say something, no peer review, no nothing. And therefore you can't really trust, you can't really go with that. Because that's just one study. It could be wrong, it could be right. Because you're dealing with soft science, you're not dealing with hard science.
Yeah.
So people have to understand these things, and it's time we get going in this. Everything we talk about a decline over the 10 wasted years. Yes, those people may not want to engage in research because it's costly, and therefore they may need to be financed. But when you have things like political manipulation to take place, you find all of them as political scientists. They go in and do research. Who have outside the margin, who going to win, who 50%, and all this other nonsense. But when it comes in terms of development social development of this country, no research. They are in business with that.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying here is this is that, and not only that, when you have those social agencies, the people that you employ to put in those, even though they're trained in social work, I just talk where I talk, me and no friend, I talk where I talk. Because what I'm saying is factual and based on my experience and whatnot. You put people in certain positions and they are not too concerned with assisting people, the well-being of people, They are concerned with some of them have a big motor car, traveling up and upkeep, and the name. But in terms of helping people, and that's a fact, you go to the hospital, I remember years ago, you have people who were social medical officers, you have some nice, beautiful people. When I say beautiful, in terms of how they dealt with people.
Yeah.
And you have others who were like this, but they are social workers. You have them even in the ministry, social development, how they deal with people. They don't business with people. What they want is when the end of the month comes, they get paid. That's it. So we need to look at, and again, you have in those departments, probably the police and whatnot, you have what you call EAP, Employees Assistance Program, but the fact remains, nobody detected that this man had a problem. The well-being of the officers are your concern also. The commissioner has that responsibility. He has EAP within the police service, and whoever is assigned to that sphere of work, then he has to be held responsible. Because if you have people in your job, you have people, probably you employ people, and you realize that something is happening, the person they come in late in the morning, sometimes they come and they look drawn out, probably they're drinking, probably they have some family dispute, and you get, it touches you, and therefore you say, well, look, this man, something wrong with this man, and this man, let me call in this man, let me hear what's going on with this man, because his conduct or his behavior can impact on my job, on my business. And that's how you deal with it. But nobody cares. So all I'm saying is that in the public service and those people who are given the responsibility to look after and to assist people who, the weaker ones in the society, those people who need help, they need help, try and give them the help. Put the mechanisms in place whereby they can be afforded the kind of assistance, the kind of help based on their need to deal with the problems that they confront. Because today people face with a multiplicity of problems.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I can agree with you more. People face a multiplicity of challenges, of problems, of the pressing circumstances. All of us, once you walk through the rivers of life, your feet get wet, and you often need that support and assistance, spiritual, social help, or else you can't survive. You break down. And for sure, this individual would have been going through tremendous problems, tremendous challenges. That's comparatively very few people have circumstances as such, and cumulatively over a short period of time. So we need to care more for each other. And all of us have to serve each other in different ways at different points in time. So let us make our service to each other as best as possible. Good morning to some of the police officers who really make that effort as well. Those who do that social work and that intervention, PC Grant, PC, I'm trying to remember names. There's some women as well with big hearts who will try to talk in situations, will try to assist, who have sought the training that is necessary as well to make themselves useful even in their job spec to that line of mediation and social work and assistance. But again, even in their capacity, there's only so much sometimes that they can do. And I remember in a specific circumstance for which the not so mentally solid individual has the worst to say about me when I tried extensively, just as others have tried. But there has to be a place. Sometimes there is not a place left for people with advanced stages of issues. So on a lower level, non-specialist people try to help, but their assistance is not satisfactory given the height of the problem with those individuals. Right? And we don't have, or we can't access for those individuals the level of help that is necessary. And it becomes a situation where you do all that you can do, and sometimes they fall through the cracks, and it's sad. It hurts thinking about it, even bothers the people who try to assist. But with difficulty, there's sometimes not more that you can do. You can only do your utmost as well. So, moving back to the story that I was reading, I'll just go through some of the responses from the Prime Minister. Prime Minister Kamala Prasad-Bissessar says Trinidad and Tobago cannot be judge and jury over the United States airstrikes on drug boats, including the controversial, it has become controversial even for the United States themselves, and they are dealing with that issue within their media and their legal space as well, including the controversial double strike that killed survivors. She was responding to questions yesterday outside the Red House before joining Parliament sitting. The United States is a sovereign nation, and they are free to exercise their sovereignty in matters that they seem or deem fit. I cannot be judge and jury here to determine whether they are right or they are wrong. Those are not within our jurisdiction, she said. The media's responsibility is to ask questions. If you are not wise and prudent in responding, you will put yourself in a very difficult position. And not just yourself, but you'd also put Trinidad and Tobago in a very difficult situation. I hope that we realize by now that the Prime Minister is trying not to put Trinidad and Tobago in a difficult situation when we are already in a difficult situation. So this is the set inside is more difficulties. We in a difficult circle already, not by choice, but by proximity, right? By design. We in a difficult place. And then there's a even more difficult place inside of there where the circle gets closer on all of us. So we totally, and I respect journalists for their tremendous job that they have to do. They have to seek out these answers. They have to put questions to leadership. But it is wise and prudent to avoid as much as possible sometimes answering in certain fashions to put yourself into the hardship. We already have inherited economic challenge after economic challenge. We know about booms and busts. We in bust. It busts, the treasury busts. I think that would be more than evident at this point in time. Recurring expenditure is up to our necks in Trinidad and Tobago. And yet still, the Prime Minister is trying to meet the obligations, the promises that are fair. What has been promised is not unfair, but she's trying to meet those obligations given the difficult circumstances. If she were to maneuver in any other way, we would have the challenge of the wrath of a very, very harsh American president to cope with as well. And I don't think that for anybody who is thinking clearly, I don't think that is a situation that any of us want. So let us just be mindful. Let's just be mindful. And I understand as well the caller previously what you were speaking about in terms of not being too sure about what was said thereafter in terms of the flags, etc. I'm not a specialist on those things. I'm sure Gigi is a specialist on everything security, apparently. But I could understand where we might find some difficulty with that explanation. She continued, I would say this, however, that if there is a boat or a ship out in the international waters and it doesn't carry a flag, so you don't know, it doesn't belong to TNT, it doesn't belong to the US, then my advice is within the law that they are treated like pirates and therefore will not have the protection that others carrying a flag, identifying who they are and where they're going. I'm not aware. I think maybe she may have been informed of such. I am not aware of maritime laws when it comes to flying a flag. I know that boats, I've seen boats fly flags. So there's something that we could check to see if it is, if it adds up. But I'm sure the Prime Minister would be advised to a certain extent in her statements. And obviously she reiterated that such vessels would be considered pirates at sea. And of course we know that so many people are avoiding putting themselves into difficulty in the waters, especially international waters, by not going into the waters, but also making it abundantly clear who they are. And we hope that the United States, with their capacity and capabilities, can decipher properly, because it would be extremely, extremely, not just sad, but controversial if bona fide sailors, fishermen, etc., were to face, somewhat the strikes. And it's even hard still to verify those people who have faced the strikes already, what they were up to, some of them. Good morning again, Mr. West. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning. Mr. Ford, as you speak there, I remember some weeks ago we spoke about the law, the sea, and we talk about the territorial sea, the contiguous zone, the exclusive economic zone, and we talk about the high seas and whatnot, and we talk about the flag state, right? With ships carrying the flag of where they were registered. And what is being said there is that if you, in international law, if you outside there and you don't carry a flag, then you treat it differently.
Yeah.
Right? Now, the thing about it, and I come back to this thing, some people would ask you questions, and they anticipate that you will slip up. This is what the media, people have to understand that. And the fact remains is that when you respond, you have to give the appropriate, because I'm saying this matter is a complicated matter, a very complex issue, and as you say, you have to navigate.
Extremely complex, and if you mess up, if you give them what they want in terms of answers, right, you put yourself and the country in peril, and the peril that comes from that. They come in to ask you tomorrow about the peril that the answer they ask you, the question they ask you, the answer that you give them, they come in to question you about the peril Trinidad and Tobago into,
How you mean? And what I'm saying here is this: is that you remember we spoke I think last week with respect to this guy, Dickon Mitchell in
yeah,
and he hasn't yet made a decision,
Yeah,
that decision would come because he
avoidance.
He doesn't know what to do. He's in a monkey pants. And he just deferring, and he said sometime, probably in the next couple days or weeks, he might be able. Some people don't understand the peril that we are in. They don't understand it, and no matter how you explain to them, they don't. And the media has their objectives,
Yeah.
They have their objective. They know what they want, what they're about doing.
You know how you will understand what peril we in if she do what the opposition wanted to do, and what they pushing to do, then we all will face the reality of the peril that can come to us.
And I don't take too much of your time. You see it at the Caribbean. Most of those people up the Caribbean was talking and pushing the frame, go and this and that. And most of them are silent.
Yeah.
You won't believe that the Caribbean is now supposed to remain a zone of peace, and the America this and pushing you to go and tell America this, we don't want you here, take your boat and go, and all this. They're very silent. Some of them at the university, that is not my view, and some of those who are speaking, international experts, they're very silent. Nobody's saying anything again.
Yeah.
So people have to understand that you in a situation, and you see what happened with Honduras, right? What happened? The gentleman said he ain't giving no aid unless a certain party was elected. You saw what happened to Colombia. You saw what happened to those other countries, even in Europe. You want Trinidad to fall in that same category? You could take in Trinidad and Tobago with all the problems that you have here. For people to say they put in sanction on you can't get methanol to go to export, to put that to go in, those products to go in the States. You could take that. You know how much people visa will take away. What people have to think critically, understand where you are in the thick of things and how your survival.
Understand
how you're going to survive.
Your position in the hierarchy of things. Don't think yourself. Don't delude yourself to your position. Thank you very much, Mr. West. We are out of time.
Thank you. Yeah.
And that is why it is so difficult for the maneuvering that is taking place. And civil society has a responsibility as well. And we respect civil society and others who can express their voices differently. we respect those people online as well and in other spaces, individuals with different capacities, with the way that they can express themselves. But that expression is limited sometimes by your position and your office in the best interests of the people. We out of time. All right, so we'll be back, God willing, tomorrow. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Take care.
And what does the Lord require of you but to do justly, to love, have mercy, and to walk humbly with your God? Your financial support through the First Citizens Bank would be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222. For further information, call 753-1113 or 610-4673.
You want to find something great to do with your Tuesday nights? You want to learn and understand the true reason for Jesus? Then join us every Tuesday night from 8 to 9.